Completing your CDC Worksite Health ScoreCard. The purpose of this tutorial is to demonstrate how to complete your CDC Worksite Health ScoreCard. We will follow the fictitious employer, Our Healthy Company, as staff complete a scorecard. An employer account must have at least one worksite to access the CDC Worksite Health ScoreCard. As this chart shows, there are 3 worksites for Our Healthy Company, and there is a Worksite Health ScoreCard associated with each worksite. Jane B. Well created Our Healthy Company's employer account and serves as the employer administrator for the account. She has added 3 worksites. Jane can access the Worksite Health ScoreCard for each site by clicking on the worksite name. As an employer administrator for the account, Jane can complete the scorecard. However, Jane has also added Steve Hart, a Wellness Committee member from the West Coast Division, as a team member for this worksite. Steve can also complete the scorecard for the West Coast Division. From the worksite dashboard, Steve can see the Worksite Health ScoreCard on the left. To begin completing a Worksite Health ScoreCard, Steve will click on each topic and answer the corresponding questions. The scorecard is comprised of a worksite demographic section followed by 16 health topic sections. Following the worksite demographic section are health-related topic sections. Each topic name is a link to the corresponding scorecard questions. To the right of the topics are the number of questions in each topic, as well as blank boxes. The boxes will serve as progress bars to show your progress as you complete the sections. To access the questions for each section, click on the topic. For example, clicking on the tobacco control topic reveals the questions associated with tobacco control interventions and strategies. All of the questions in the scorecard are yes/no questions. Each question represents either a good, better, or best practice for workplace health promotion. Each question has a value of 1 to 3 points. 1 point is given for questions that represent good practices. 2 points are given for questions that represent better practices, and 3 points are given for questions that represent best practices. After the scorecard has been submitted, you will be able to see the point value and scores for each question, as well as overall scores. To submit a scorecard to CDC, all the questions in each section must be answered. However, you do not have to answer all the questions or complete all the topics at one time. You may save your work and return to finish completing at a later time. Just be sure to click the Save button before leaving each section so that your answers will be saved. There are a couple of ways to navigate between topics and back to the scorecard view. You can access different sections of the scorecard by either using the drop-down box at the top or bottom of the section to select a topic, or you can use the arrow icons on either side of the Save button to move forward or backward through the topic list. To get back to the main scorecard view, click on the worksite name above the worksite header toward the top of the screen. It is important to remember that whenever you leave a health topic, you must click Save so that whatever work you have already completed is captured and saved. When completing the scorecard, it may be a good idea to gather your employer administrators, worksite team members, and other individuals representing different areas of the organization, such as human resources, benefits, occupational health, or wellness committee members, who could provide answers to scorecard questions. For Our Healthy Company, team member Steve Hart prepares to complete the scorecard for the West Coast Division. He realizes he needs information from others in the division to answer some of the scorecard questions. Steve contacts the Occupational Health Coordinator to help answer questions in the Occupational Health and Safety section. He can choose to give the Occupational Health Coordinator access to the worksite account by adding her as a team member. Or Steve could download the scorecard manual from the website and ask the coordinator to review and answer those questions that he can later enter into the online system. Once Steve begins to complete the scorecard, his progress is illustrated in the worksite dashboard in both the number of questions answered and the shading on the progress bars. Here, you can see Steve has partially or fully completed some sections and has not yet started on others. As noted in the top right-hand side of the screen, Steve has completed 77% of the scorecard. The Submit to CDC button at the bottom left of the scorecard will not activate until Steve completes all the sections. Once all the questions are answered, the progress bars are fully shaded and the Submit to CDC button is now enabled. The next important step is for Steve to submit the scorecard to CDC for processing. He clicks this button to submit the scorecard and receive the results. Once Steve submits the scorecard, the information displayed in the dashboard is converted from progress to results. The overall progress bar is replaced with a congratulatory message indicating that he has submitted a scorecard for the year. The Submit to CDC button in the lower left side has now changed to View Benchmark Report. The text to the right of the topic has changed from questions answered to points scored for each section. The box to the right of the point total has changed from a progress bar in orange and instead now illustrates the points scored for that topic in blue. For example, Steve answered yes to most but not all the questions in the diabetes section. The total value of the questions he answered yes to was 9 points out of 15 possible points. The bar is more than half shaded to indicate that he received more than half the points. Similarly, you can see varying point totals for the other sections and the representation of points scored shaded in blue next to the point total. There is a total of 264 possible points for the scorecard. At the bottom, you can see that this scorecard received 148 out of 264 possible points. The View Benchmark Report button is also now enabled on the scorecard and on the worksite dashboard. Clicking on either link will open the Summary Benchmark Report, which is one of the auto-generated reports. This concludes the tutorial on completing the Worksite Health ScoreCard account. If you have questions or need assistance, please contact us at this email address. Visit our website to access the CDC Worksite Health ScoreCard User Guide for more information.